my husband and I experienced infertility issues. So we decided to go through insemination. We showed up for our appointment just like we would every other week to this doctor's office. And ironically, during this time, they told me that there was an unknown mass found on an ultrasound. And I was strongly recommended to have it removed immediately. And I'll never forget the nurses who I had become very familiar with came out, and they were in tears. And they said, "Meredith, you're pregnant." I kind of picked up my purse and walked out. I knew that this might be my only opportunity to have a child. I opted to wait and had surgery at 4 months gestation. When I had the surgery and I woke up and I was diagnosed, and I remember hearing that the fetus survived throughout the pregnancy, I looked down, and while maybe most people would be fearful of how large that scar was, my fear was that there were 35 staples, and were they going to hold that baby in there? They sent out the pathology reports, and we went home and waited. And it was about 3 days, and the phone call came, and I was diagnosed with clear cell epithelial ovarian cancer. So here I was, 30 years old. I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and I was pregnant. So I had my little tax break on New Year's Eve, and he was born with underdeveloped lungs. He required neonatal care for about a month. And after I brought my son home and I was starting my first round of chemotherapy, that's when reality really got difficult. And my husband informed me that he didn't really truly mean in sickness and in health. My parents took care of my son while I went through the rest of my treatment. After a few days of some darkness, maybe some sadness and fear, I decided that I was in charge of writing my story. And while I couldn't really be in charge of how my disease would progress or wouldn't progress, I just decided that the only steps I was taking was going to be forward. Ovarian cancer is known as the disease that whispers, and many people call my son Ryan a miracle, but to me, he's my whisperer. And many times in life, he has taught me that I have to listen to the whisper, to know where I'm going, to know what I'm made out of. And while I'm not thankful for ovarian cancer, I definitely am thankful for the process that I learned through that experience. I was able to find love again. While not being able to ever conceive again, I was blessed with 2 stepchildren and a wonderful husband who he himself understands the cancer journey, having lost his mom to breast cancer. Ovarian cancer is one of the deadliest gynecological cancers out there. There is no test or cure for ovarian cancer today, and education and awareness is what saves lives. So I've become an advocate for ovarian cancer awareness, and for several years have participated in a local chapter here in Tucson, the National Ovarian Cancer Coalition. After several years of participating as a chapter member, just last November I was asked to become a member of their board. And I'm proud to serve on that, and that is truly, still to this day, so healing for me to know that I can reach out to other women that possibly are experiencing the same isolation and the same sadness and the same fear, and letting them know that they don't have to walk along this journey by themselves. Not only am I proud to be an advocate for the National Ovarian Cancer Coalition, but nothing makes me happier than seeing my entire family involved. So involved that this year, Tucson will have its first walk run to break the silence on ovarian cancer, which my husband is actually coordinating. And of course, my son and stepsons will be heavily involved. And just having your family be so involved in an organization that you are so passionate about truly makes me speechless. While none of us probably go through life scar-free, I realize today that my scars are just a very small part of my story, and I wear them proudly. They've taught me a lot about life. They taught me a lot about connection, and they've taught me a great deal about perspective. I love this initiative of Scarred Beautiful, where it really empowers women to step in front of their scars, stop hiding behind, and really just releasing their most vulnerable parts of themselves so that the healing process can not only maybe begin but also continue. I'm proud to be here today in front of you and participating in this initiative. I'm almost a 14-year survivor, and my journey is far from over. There's lots of work to be done. My name is Meredith, and I am Scarred Beautiful.